Hello viewers, .NET recently released .NET 8.0. Previously .NET version was 7.0, latest version. So today we will create a complete CRUD operation project using MSSQL database connection. .NET 8.0. So if we go to the website, we can see .NET 8.preview.1 has been released from Microsoft. So as we're discussing, so today we'll create complete CRUD operation using latest .NET SDK 8.0. So we'll create project using terminal, install the required packages. We'll install 3 different packages from nuget package manager, EntityFrameworkCore, EntityFrameworkCore.SqlServer, and EntityFramework.tool. So first we have to install the .NET SDK 8.0. I already installed. So let me show you the current .NET version in my local PC from my terminal. So .NET version. So we can see 8.0 a preview has been installed. Now I will create a new MVC project for CRUD operation. So let me go to my project location, simple command cd. So here is the .NET 8 CRUD operation. Anyway, I have to switch my command line to PowerShell. So now cd command will work. So ls, so nothing here. So now I will create a new MVC project. Simple command .NET new MVC. So project has been created. So we can see the controller model view and other things. Now using VS Code, I will open this project. So here is my VS Code. Open folder, .NET Code 8. So project has been created successfully. If we go to the new terminal from the VS Code, .NET build, sorry for the typing mistake. Build process is going on while final build success. Now just testing purpose, I will run this project. So .NET command is .NET run, and project running successfully, and 5000 port is listening. And if we go to our project JSON file, no DB connection here, and CS proj, we can see .NET 8 has been used. Nullable, we will remove. Now I have to remove nullable. So let me show you the current project. What is 5000 just simple project, .NET 8 CRUD operation, home and privacy. So 3 different pages. Now our goal is install Entity Framework Core packages, database connection, and the JSON file, and later create model, add migration, create controller and perform the full CRUD operation using .NET 8. So let me back to my project, close the project, and so project running successfully. Now our let me create before creating model, just we have to install 3 different packages: Entity Framework Core, so Microsoft Entity Framework Core. If we go to the nuget package, nuget, we can see the latest 8 version has been released by Microsoft preview version. Here is the 8.0 preview version. So .NET command, you can use the Visual Studio and Package Manager console. Here is the Package Manager console. So as I am using VS Code and Terminal, so I have to copy the .NET command, .NET add package, copy, and paste. So Entity Framework Core package installed successfully. Also the SQL Server 8.0 I already copied from the website. You can check .SQL Server. And last one package is InitialCreate. So package installation success. And if we check the package .NET Projec.cs pros file, we can see 3 different package has been installed successfully. Here's the package reference, include Microsoft Entity Framework Core version 8.0 preview. Now our next task is create the model at a new file. So I will create the category model .cs. Just copying the existing model categories. So we have created a model the model name is category ID and name field is required. I have added the data annotations and description. So 3 different fields. Model has been created successfully, and I will create a data folder. Data. Data in data folder, I will create the application DB context. Application DB context.cs. I'm just copying my existing code for faster this tutorial. So namespace is .NET 8. If we build the project, build success, maybe synchronization issue. That's why it is showing an error. .NET restore build. Okay, so I'm closing the project. Close folder. Open folder. Hopefully this time no errors. CLS build. So build command is success now. Now our next task is in the program.cs file, adding the database application DB context. Before adding, we have to just make sure the database connection. I am using Microsoft Azure Data Studio, which is pretty faster, and if I show my database, there is no .NET 8 CRUD operation, and just let me delete this. So no database exists D8 CRUD operation, and let me show you by selecting my server name. So my server is, so how to find the server name? So you can use this simple command, select @ server name. So here is the server name. So you can connect SQL Server to a without using Windows authentication, without username and password, and using authentication like username and password. So now I add a SQL Server connection, both the username and password to a. So we have two connection, nuget, like a trusted connection, and using username and password. nuget is basically SQL Server using the Windows authentications. So our connection string name con MSSQL Server nuget, and we have to add the connection string here. So previously in .NET 3 we have program.startup.cs file. Now in .NET 8 is program.cs file is pretty simple. Just application controller and build. So after the build, after builder, we'll add the application DB connections, application DB context here. So now we have to check the DB connection. So our app setting.json file is ready. We have two different connections, but we'll use first one and just builder.configuration connection string, and we have to pass the connection string here. So our program.cs is ready. If we build the project, build success, and if we look around our DB name D8 .NET 8 CRUD operation, and we don't have the .NET 8 CRUD operation DB in our current local DB. So now I'll create, migrate, and update database. Create migration. We have just one model category, and in the application DB context we already added DB set. So .NET Entity Framework migration, add InitialCreate. This is the database migration command. So build success, it will create auto-generated class. So we can see migration folder automatically and some auto-generated class. And now we update the database. .NET framework database update. .NET InitialCreate. .NET is not. Oh, sorry, typing mistake again. .NET InitialCreate database update. Build started, and if we check our database, connection was successful, but during the login process, okay, so so let me change the database connection using like a username and password. So maybe some issue without username and password. I'll fix later in my local PC, but you can use this using username and password on MSSQL string and build success database .NET database update. Yes, so build a database update successfully. We can see the execution table command here, create table, and if we check our database by refresh, we can see D8 table has been created with one table. So we have done so far create new project, install required dependency, database connection in the app setting.json file, and create model, create application DB context, and add application DB context into the program.cs file. And here we can see our install packages. Now, so everything is okay. Now we have to create model and controller so that we can view our data using a controller. So basically controller is working as a middleman. So controller request to the model, and based on the data controller pass to the view. So our model is ready. So now we have to create the controller. So we will create category controller. I already create category controller. I just copy my existing code. So pretty simple. Categories controller, new file, categories controller.cs, copy and paste. I will explain the code details, what I have done in the category controller. Now I have to copy my namespace, right namespace. So no errors. So in the index, I have added some CDR data like demo data, so that 10 rows using list. So first initially, let me explain the application DB context. We initiate the context here in the constructor. So here is our application DB context object. So using context dot category, we have an object the category table. So we check that if we already have data in the table, we do not execute the create test data, but if we don't have any data in the categories table, then we are executing this 10 rows data. So initially this data will be generated for demo purpose. So this is the index, and here's the details. We'll click the details, we pull the data categories and pass the view, and create operation. Just click once we click the create, just default empty, like name and description will be generated, and create later we can edit. Also here's the delete operations. So simple CRUD operations. So our controller is ready. Now we have to create the view. So we'll create 4 different file: index, create, update, delete. So I'm copying my existing code categories. So here's the categories index. So I have to, now it is showing error because the namespace. I just removing the old namespace so that application reference will work properly. Index just for displaying the list view, and we have to go to the shared folder, view.share. The layout, I will add the categories controller index reference. Index. So here will be categories controller. I have to remove the controller, the default name, so it will redirect to index. So categories. So our menu is ready. If we now build and later run the project, we can see our DB list view data with 10 rows build. Run. So 5001 port is listening, and we have a categories menu. If we click the categories, I hope we'll see the 10 different rows. So tables look not good. Let me add my CSS for beautifications the table. We have to add CSS in the w.root folder, CSS site.css default. I just add the table class. Blue green we have default class. I already add the reference in the table class blue green. If we refresh the page, yes, now table looks okay now. So we can see it in different data. We can perform add new operation, edit operation. We can see the details, also the delete. If we click the details, we can see the details. Back, let me add just one test data. Test data description tbd create. So test data has been created, and if we check our database just for proof, new queries, select start from category. See, we have element data. So 10 row has been created as a demo data. One we have created using our applications. If we go back to our application, we have successfully create a new row, and if we just try to edit, like edit it, edit operation also successful, and let me try to delete. Swagger, we have to add reference Swagger library. We have added the pop-up suite alert. So let me confirm these libraries. So we have to add the library in the www road leave here. I'm just copying my downloaded Swagger libraries. Here's the library, suite alert 2, copy. And if we go to my project library, reveal file explorer, library, paste. So suite alert has been added successfully. Let me show you where I add this reference. Here's the reference, leave suite alert. Hopefully this time we'll not get any unexpected errors. Yes, we can see the suite alert pop up. If we select the cancel, delete operation will not successfully. Let me just give you a simple overview how delete operation perform. Here is my method delete operation. Once we click the on click action, delete categories method, and we pass the ID. Here is the ID, and this is the default suite alert structure for yes no action. And if we say yes, then we have to check if condition have value, then go to the delete ajax call. Go to our controller, and if we go to the controller, this delete method will be called, and using the ID find we get the categories details and remove and save changes into the context. And we just returning the categories details, row deleted row details, and in the method delete JavaScript function result.id we are just showing, and location.reload just for refreshing the page, and delete. Yes, see, we have go to the controller and get the categories details, and just id result.id we can see the ID. Also I have a console.log, we can see the result here. So delete operation success. So our project almost done. In this video basically we have created using .NET Core 8 using the latest nuget library. We have installed 3 different libraries: EntityFrameworkCore, EntityFrameworkCore.SqlServer, EntityFrameworkCore.tool, and create project using terminal and open the project in VS Code, and we have create the model, and then we have update our application app setting.json for database. We have created 2 different connections. We have issue with without trusted connection. Later we have used username and password SQL Server connection, and we also demonstrate the show in the database using Azure Data Studio how to find the server name. Just select at the server name, and later we have created the migration, update the using Entity Framework Core command, and update the database, and also check the database for it is created successfully or not. We can find the database has been created successfully with one table. So once we successfully created the migration and update the database, then we have created controller and view. Finally run run the project, and our project was listening 5111 port. And later in the browser, once we enter the 5000 people, we just see it simple welcome page, static page, and we have added our dynamic category in the shared shared Razor page, like CS HTML. And we have added some table beautification CSS, also added one JavaScript library sweet alert. Apart from nothing else we have used in this project for JavaScript related job. And we have performed 4 different operations: showing the data in the table, details the data, edit the data, and add new data. So hopefully this video will helpful for you guys. If you have any further feedback and recommendation, feel free to share in the comment section. And before leaving this video, so summary, I already explained the summary. I will add the code in the GitHub and share the GitHub link in the comment section. So if you wanted to browse advanced project, professional project, like for learning purpose or details, like so that you can go to my Code Canyon profile. Let me share my profile. So here is my Code Canyon profile. Here is we have 15 different projected, some different project. So some project is very potential. You can get all the details in the project. Like I would like to suggest use recent business ERP. I have added the demo link here. School management system. You can use for testing purpose starter kit, staff management system, library management system. So based on your need, you can pick one project. So thank you everyone for watching this video. So you can download the code, this project code, in the GitHub. So once again, before the leaving, I just give you the summary. Recently Microsoft released the ASP.NET Core 8. So you have to install this SDK in your PC first, and you have to check using the terminal. I am using the Tabby terminal. Here is my terminal. .NET version. So it's showing 8.0. So .NET SDK confirm. Then you have to install VS Code. VS Code is free and pretty beautiful IDE for development. So once you have the VS Code using terminal, you have to create .NET new MVC project. Once project created, then one by one, like install required packages, create model, database connection, migration, and finally create controller and view and run the project. So this is the complete package. If you have any further clarification and confusion and more understanding, you are always feel free to welcome to reach out me. I will share my details in the comments and the video description section. So see you in the next video. Thank you for your time, and thank you for watching the full video. Please subscribe. I'm just requesting so that my channel can be growing. And thank you again. Bye bye.